Morning, y'all. So it is currently Saturday. Yesterday I had a good trading day. The rest of the week, like whole last week, was pretty good trading. You know, we made a lot of progress in our accounts. We're feeling good. But currently it's Saturday morning, and so the weekends, I kind of like to take some time, just like kind of live slow. I feel like during the week I live pretty fast. So basically the plan today, it's 9 right now. I woke up like 30 minutes ago. I'm gonna make myself a coffee, just chill for a little bit, and then we have a private at 10 with one of my MMA coaches. It's been a while since I've vlogged like any of this. Like you guys haven't like seen any of like this side of like my life, but I've been in combat sports for most of my life, and something that I really do love. Like that's like one of the things that I've been passionate about for like most of my entire life. So yeah, I'll record some of that, the private with my MMA coach, so you guys can like kind of see, you know, just like inside of that, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that. I'm gonna make myself a coffee real quick, and then I'm gonna update you guys probably before I leave. But there's a few things that I'm gonna want to show you guys, so I'll just show you guys that in a second. I'm not gonna lie, this coffee maker I bought for my dad for Father's Day, but I'm not gonna lie, I've been abusing it. It's like genuinely so good. Like you see all these settings right here: over ice, rich, classic, quad, espresso, cold press. I normally do mine over ice. You just put it right here, bro. It'll grind the beans and it'll show you like the recommended size and everything for like the coffee that you want to make. So I'm gonna make like 16 ounces over ice, and I want the strength to be pretty strong. And then you just click it right here, boom, and it'll grind the beans for you. After it grinds all the beans and everything like that, you tap it, boom, right up in here. This right here does cold foam, and like it froths the milk, it can steam the milk, literally does everything. So I want to make cold foam real quick. See, final product. I'm gonna be sipping this for a little bit, and then around that time it'll probably be time to go. So let me go sip this. I'm just gonna chill for a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and be leaving for the private. Obviously you guys will be seeing that. So we're leaving now. It's about like 20-minute drive, so it's not too long. Once we get there, I'm gonna set up the tripod. I have like a little tripod here for you guys. That's where you guys are gonna be. And then yeah, I'm just gonna record some of it. So hope you guys enjoy it. Cause I don't do this often. Like you guys don't really see much of this ever. So I'm gonna be there probably about like 20 minutes, and then I'll update you guys. I'm gonna get the camera set up and everything, and then obviously you guys are gonna see the rest. So. So we got back from the gym. Basically, I just got done editing the footage that we recorded during the private. So I'm gonna be uploading that, obviously. Normally Gio, my brother, edits my videos, but like stuff like that, I kind of have like my own vision and like eye for it, so I just decided to do it myself. But right now, as you can see, we are making the second coffee of the day. Same thing, pretty much like the same process. Just making another one here. So what's really cool is that there's a lot of people at that gym that, you know, like when I started at that gym, I was like 16, and like they've kind of like watched everything happen like as I've like grown up, I guess. One of the coaches, the one that you guys saw that was holding pads, I started teaching him, and like I got him in the Discord like with trading and everything like that around 6 months ago, I want to say, maybe a little bit less. He's actually taken like a decent amount in payouts. He's gotten like, I'm pretty sure more than like 5 figures in payouts. But yeah, so he's been continuing with trading a little bit. We talk about it here and there. It's just really cool to see, you know, like the way that I've like, when I first started the gym, like that's who I looked up to the most. And then, you know, as time went by, like there's things that you can kind of like feed off of each other for. Obviously, he's ridiculously good at MMA, and we kind of like, he's giving me privates, everything like that, and kind of just helping him along with trading. Like we talk about that here and there. It's just really cool to see like how time like changes like the way that certain dynamics are. It's really cool. But anyway, there's a few people at the gym who have started trading and everything like that. So it's pretty cool, like catch up with everybody, see that and everything. But when I got back, I went to my old job, went to go get some food. They hooked me up for free. Today's just been it's been a pretty good day so far. But something I wanted to show you guys, which I said before, I want to show you guys the new journaling software I've been using. If you guys know who Justin Werlin is, he has like his own little journaling, like trade journaling software with like AI integrated. And I'm working on getting all of my students started on that. So my students are going to be journaling all their trades, doing all their journaling on there. I'm trying to get everybody set up with that. And so inside the next offer that we have when we open up the inner circle again, what we're going to do is I'm going to have everybody by default is going to have their own plan on trade path through the AI. So I'm going to get every single one of my students set up on that. I think that'd be really cool. Just like kind of add that into the offer, make that, just another way for you guys to get better as my students. But yeah, I just want to talk to you guys real quick. I want to show you guys something I was reading before, and it kind of reminded me of trading, and it's actually inside of the Bible. This coffee I just made, absolutely gas. But I'm gonna take this outside and just talk to you guys a little bit, because it's one of the things that really helped me in my trading journey, and it's actually in Romans 7. I'm gonna show you guys something that really stuck out to me, especially inside of trading, because you can relate this to trading so much. It's Romans 7 verse 14. It starts by saying, we know that the law is spiritual, but I am unspiritual, sold as a slave to sin. This is talking about our sinful nature. As humans, we have a sinful nature. We're never going to be perfect by ourselves. We're never going to be sinless by ourselves. So it starts off as saying that, and this is referring to our sinful nature. It says, I do not understand what I do, for what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do. And if I do what I do not want to do, I agree that the law is good. As it is no longer I myself who do it, but it is sin living in me. For I know that good itself does not dwell in me, that is, in my sinful nature. For I have the desire to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out. For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, I do. But the evil I do not want to do, this I keep doing. Now if I do what I do not want to do, it is no longer I who do it, but it is the sin living in me that does it. So that's a lot, it's a handful, but I want to show you guys how this relates to trading, because there's so many times where inside of my trading, before I was profitable, and a lot of you guys could probably relate to this, you know exactly what you have to do, and you know exactly what it takes to get to that point. You know exactly what not to do, but something inside of you stops you from doing that. You say that you don't want to overtrade, you don't want to over-risk, but what do you end up doing? You overtrade and over-risk. These are all things that are inside of our sinful nature. Inside of our sinful nature, we want to be greedy. Inside of our sinful nature, we don't want to be patient. We're very impatient. The fruits of the Spirit, one of them is patience. Another one of them is kindness. Another one of them is love. Now, obviously, we know in our sinful nature, we are greedy. We are impatient. We don't want to wait. So when you want to wait for that setup and you don't end up waiting, you end up blowing your accounts, and you want to be greedy. You want to overtrade, over risk. You want to wait until you hit a certain dollar amount. You're being very greedy, and inside of that, you're also being impatient. Now, one of the things that helps with this the most is the fruits of the Spirit. One of them is patience. That's exactly what you need. Inside of trading, you need patience. There's no way you're going to make it in trading without being patient. Another one of them is peace. If you don't have peace of mind, your psychology is going to be all over the place. You're not going to be able to trade effectively and be in and out of the markets like you should be. Another one of them is self-control. When you have self-control, you're able to stop yourself in your tracks. You're able to see like, okay, I want to trade so bad. I want to overtrade so bad. I want to over-risk so bad. I want to revenge trade this loss right now. Self-control is one of the fruits of the Spirit. That's what allows you to be able to stop doing those things. The fruits of the Spirit are exactly pointing to all the qualities that you need to become trading. Now, there's fruits of the Spirit that exactly correlate to what you need to have in order to be a good trader. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm just relating this to trading. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it relates to it in such a way that I literally read this verse, and me thinking of this, me reading this verse, it directly correlates to trading, because you know what you want to do. You want to take one trade a day. You want to you want to be more patient. You want to have proper risk management. You want to take A+ setups only. But then the things that you want to do, you're not doing. You're not being patient. You're not waiting for the proper setup. You're not using proper risk. You're doing none of those things, but the things that you don't want to do, as in the things that you don't want to do, overtrade. You don't want to over-risk. You don't want to revenge trade. You don't want to take mid setups, but those are the things that you keep on doing. And these are all things that you're aware of. You know that you're doing those things, but you know that you
can't even stop yourself. That's what self-control can help with. When you have self-control, when you have peace, when you have patience, these are all things that help with this, and those are the fruits of the Spirit. That is what you get when you decide to become filled with the Holy Spirit. That is what that gives you. So when you have that inside of trading as well, that's one of the biggest things that helped me, is that by my nature, I'm greedy, I'm impatient, I don't want to wait for anything. I just want now. I never want to wait. I just want to make everything happen now. And that is so dangerous. To your trading journey especially, that is so dangerous. Not only as a human and as a person, but inside of your trading, there's no way you can function and live and trade effectively day in and day out while having that kind of mindset. But with the fruits of the Spirit, that is one of the things that helped me the most inside of trading. When I started reading my Bible more, when I started praying more, when I started to be able to make way for God so he can transform me, so the Holy Spirit can make a work inside of me. That is what allows you to be able to be filled with the Spirit. That is what gives you these fruits of the Spirit. Like all the things, this is what gives you the fruits of the Spirit. These are all the things that you need, not only as a human and as a person, but somebody who wants to be a trader. You need to have all these things. And I'm not saying that you can't be a trader without being a Christian, without being Holy Spirit filled. The Bible says that you will know them by their fruits. So what it's saying is that if you're a Christian and you're not seeing these fruits play out in your life, you need to ask God to fill you with the Holy Spirit, and to fill you with all these things that you get by being filled with the Holy Spirit. You get the fruits of the Spirit, and that is what helps you, and that's what grows you, not only as a person, but as a trader. That's one of the biggest things that's ever helped me, is when I was able to surrender all the things that I wanted, and then say, God, if I can't do it with you, I'm not going to do it at all. So I gave up trading before. I gave up trading for a few months after a couple years of being in. I had no success. I was failing. I was losing all my money, just doing the things that I know I shouldn't be doing, and I gave it up. I said, God, if I can't do this with you, I'm not going to do it. So I gave up trading, and then I get a call back from one of the people that introduced me to trading at first, who's also Christian, and she told me to give it another go. Once I did that, I told God, okay, if I'm going to put this before you, I don't want to do it, but if I can do this with you, if I can trade with you, if I can make this work with you, I'm willing to keep on doing it. So what happened is I was able to do this while staying connected with God, staying connected to my faith, and that is what gave me that success. I couldn't do this by myself. By myself, I'm greedy, I'm impatient, and I don't want to wait. But with God, I can be patient. I can have peace. I can have self-control. These are all things that helps with. So a lot of people ask, what was the breaking point? Well, at what point did you become profitable? It was at this point where I surrendered it to God, when I was able to just give it up. And, I know I couldn't do it by myself, but I knew I could do it with God if he allowed that and if that was in his will. That's the point in which I saw success. It wasn't too long from then where I decided to surrender it and do it with God, with the fruits of the Spirit. It took maybe 2 months to be able to get my first payout and start actually seeing progress. But before that, I was trying to do it by myself. I was trying to make it work on my own and saw no success. So yeah, I hope that helps some of you guys. I know a lot of you guys I know a lot of my viewers are also Christians and also people of faith, so I hope that this helps you guys and understand that one of the things that helped me the most is the fruits of the Spirit. That is what helped me inside of my trading. And so obviously, no, this is not just about trading, but this is something inside of the Bible that genuinely changed my entire trajectory of my career. This is one of the things that helped me the absolute most. So hopefully you guys enjoy that little rant and whatnot. But I'm going to go sip this coffee. I want to edit this footage as well. And then I think I'm going to be doing something later. Probably get some food. But I'll be letting you guys know what ends up going on. I'm probably going to be making a video for the free course. I already uploaded my TikTok and Instagram video for the day. So yeah, I'm pretty much just going to be chilling for now, up until I have to leave again. And yeah, I'm just going to sip this coffee, get some stuff done. And then, yeah, I'm going to see you guys here in a second. I'll update you guys what ends up going on next. So long story short, since the last clip, I got a chopped haircut, and it's been like a couple days. It really looks just mad chopped right now just because I just showered and, it's whatever. But just let it marinate. We'll be all right. But anyway, we're going to go get some food. We got done trading today. Trading today was mid, to say the least. I didn't take any trades on my actual accounts. I literally just gambled and eval on Apex, but we didn't take any trades today. Honestly, with yesterday being Asia opening so low, I figured the best thing that we could do right now is just not trade. So yeah, we didn't take any trades today, but we're gonna end up seeing how tomorrow goes. Hopefully the rest of the week. I know we have a lot of news this week, so if you guys are watching this video, you guys should be watching this video by either later today or tomorrow. So it'll still be during this week. I just want to tell you guys, basically just be careful in this market, because there's a lot of risk on. There's a lot of people just gambling because they hear all the news going on, like the economic calendar and everything like that. So just want to tell you guys, be very careful with the risk that you're putting on this week. Try to protect your capital. The best thing that I could say is this week, you know, I would recommend playing a little bit more defensively when you are trading, because obviously when markets like last week, it was great. You don't want to have a great week like last week, get wiped out by a week like this where we have a lot of news, there's a lot of things going on. I would lighten your size up just a little bit, and hopefully you can play defense this week and then wait for things to calm down economically and politically to then be able to go on attack again and try to, you know, just make your money in the markets. We're going to get some food right now, and then I'm going to talk to you guys when I get back. We just picked up the grub. We're about to head back to the crib right now, and what I want to do is pretty much I want to go over like the markets, like news for like the next week. I just want to see like what days I'm expecting for there to be like a lot of volume, because I know Powell speaks twice this week. But yeah, the market for like the next like week might be a little bit crazy. So we're just gonna try to plot out the days. Like, you know, we're gonna trade, we try not to trade. But I'm thinking of right now, I'm pretty sure on Mondays are like my worst day for trading normally. So I think what I might be doing is I might just stop trading on Mondays completely. Obviously, like, it's the beginning of the week, so the setups that I want to see normally play out in the middle towards the end of the week. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to avoid trading Mondays just in general. I want to try that out, because if I look back at my data, I think every single Monday, I think I'm right around like break even on Mondays. And most of the time, if it takes a lot of like your mental, especially like starting off the week. So I think if I could start off the week with a positive more often than not, then it would help me trade throughout the week more. So I think I might just be avoiding Mondays from now on, just because it doesn't really ever like do anything for me. I'm not really seeing too much profit on Mondays, and the times that I am, like, it's normally because I'm like breaking even on the day or something like that. So yeah, I think Mondays I might just be completely avoiding as a whole, and just seeing if that helps my data over time, you know, throughout the month, throughout the week or whatever. I think if I just avoid Mondays, I think my overall P&L will be better off that way, you know. But yeah, heading back to the crib right now. I'm gonna go look at some of the news, and then I'm gonna be talking to you guys here in a second. Let me do a little poll. Let's see right here. Gio's door is currently open. Woo! Sheesh. All right, we're on our way home now. Be there in a couple seconds. One more in Z mode. Second gear. Woo! Sheesh. All right. Looking at it, obviously today we had PMI. Tuesday we have news at 10 a.m. Red folder, Powell speaking. It's tomorrow. Powell speaks again on Wednesday. Thursday we have 8:30 unemployment claims. Friday, oh my gosh, there's news literally all this week. Today might actually be a good week though. I know like some people hate trading news, but when there's volatility in the markets, this entire week there's going to be news, which means there's going to be a lot of volatility. So I think this week might be a really good week. Obviously we're not going to force anything. We're going to wait for our setups, but normally when there's volume, whenever we enter, it likes to carry to our TPs, or if we're wrong, carries to our stop losses. But either way, typically when there's news, you're not sitting in chop for a long time, which isn't ideal. So I think this week might actually be really good. But we're just going to have to end up seeing. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and eat this food, and I'll talk to you guys in a second. All right, y'all. So I know that there wasn't that much going on in this video, but honestly, that's because like when I decided like I wanted to start making money and work for myself, it was literally just so I can like have freedom to do like little things and like just like function and live normally without having to clock in. Like it wasn't to do anything like crazy or like be out like in the clubs or be out like, you know, just doing a bunch of like degenerate stuff. That's literally not at all the reason why I wanted to start making money. It was literally just so I can go get some food with my brother or my fiance or my friends and like just enjoy life regularly without having to worry about money. It wasn't for any of the crazy stuff. It was literally just to enjoy the little things with as little worries as possible. Obviously, life as an entrepreneur, it's built around stress. So I mean, as you can kind of pick and choose your poison. You're either stressed that you have to clock in and you have to be somewhere on time, or you're stressed that it's all depending on you. And I know that I would rather just everything be on me and, you know, have somewhat financial freedom than just not. So you pick and choose your poison. But for me, this is the whole reason why I started trading and just getting into that in general, is just because I wanted to be able to do the little things in life without having to worry about it, you know, be able to pay for food, for my friends, family, whatever it is, literally just little things like that. That's the whole reason why I started. So I know you guys, you see some of these videos. Sometimes I'm doing crazy stuff. Sometimes I'm literally just like chilling, doing some work and getting things done and just, little things. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Not much going on, but that is because I'm doing a lot of things behind the scenes as well, because we do have the mentorship opening up again here soon. It's been down for like a couple months now. We've been adding a lot of new things into it. I've also been working on the free course a lot. The link is going to be in the description for that. You can go check out the free trading course that I have, completely free. You guys can also join that and the Discord, the first link in the description, as well as my Twitter. You guys can go check my Twitter. I'm working on a lot of things, and I'm trying to get a lot of things done for the next mentorship drop. So you guys stay tuned on that. Go follow my Instagram. I'm going to be dropping updates on there all the time. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Go check out my trading journal channel. Also link in the description. That's where I show my trades and everything like that. But yeah, go check out the description. There's a lot there. I know you'll find value. So yeah, just go ahead and do that. And other than that, I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Love you guys. God bless you all. See you in the next one.